What's up, Altains? Welcome back to Homestuck 2 Beyond Canon. I'm on page 28. I hate that. I don't want to make that a thing. Listen, I was in bed last night thinking about how mad I was that I wasn't able to record me and my live reactions to reading this, and now here I am recording my live reactions to reading this. And the last thing I want is, like, this to end up being really bad and me being stuck with it. Because I'm putting my eggs in this basket, bro. Listen, Homestuck. Like, it's too late for me to be like a fucking My Hero Academia guy. It's too late for me to be a Dr. Stone guy. It's too late for me to be a guy for any of the other media that I enjoy so much. But Homestuck is here. I'm jumping on this boat. Not to mention, I'm reading the whole goddamn thing live. It sucks. All right. It's time to read this big-ass wall of text. Like so. Terezi. Not again. I'll simmer down. What I'm trying to communicate to Terezi here is that there really doesn't need to be a panel showing anything at all for a given beat of the story. Obviously, most of you know this already, since lots of stories get well but without a single visual element. For the sake of precedent, I'm saying that we can cloak the visuals entirely and continue with the narration alone, replacing the panel with a block of text like this, which we will call a prattle from now on. I don't want this. I kind of don't want this prattle nonsense. See, if you just wanted to write a fucking book, then you could just write a fucking book. Come on now. I mean, you did already sell the rights to Homestuck to Viz, and they are producing physical Homestuck books, which I really still need to buy, because that seems to be the only way to actually get people to read Homestuck. And even though I've said that I've given up on trying to get people to read Homestuck, yep. Such a device will be vital going forward, so I dedicated some time at the outset to acclimatizing you to its effects. Its purpose is extremely practical. Things have been going a little slowly for a while, but now see how much we're able to accomplish with just a few short statements. Terezi begins feeling a bit impatient with all this metaphysical discussion and begins to turn her energy back towards the most noble of pursuits, pranksterism. She starts sending a constant stream of rapid-fire commands to the terminal. Her fingers fluttering over the keys like the wings of 1,000 migratory monarch butterflies. In my vain attempts to read this as quickly as a normal human being would, I'm fucking over my words constantly. And just as quick as I spring into action, performing every last one of her instructions to the letter, no matter how brazen, physically strenuous, or narratively questionable. The layout of the entire room is rearranged, furniture is overturned, books are defaced, and posters are desecrated. Objects are picked up, put down, discarded, combined, separated, and ejected from the Silodexes in a matter of directions. Silodex, that was the word I was looking for last time. Terezi's displacements aren't confined merely to fucking around with the upholstery, oh no. Her commands start to take a turn towards the slapstick. Pratfalls, feats of contortion, and increasingly ridiculous facial expressions are called for. She has me undertake the most intense workout routine Paradox Space has ever seen, all while whistling the entire discography of the Swedish pop group ABBA, which she has taken a liking to recently for some godforsaken reason. Me, in 2016, I want to say, when I first discovered Mamma Mia, realized that I hate the musical, but really like the music, constantly singing the title song on the train to myself because I have no boundaries. Mamma Mia. I blame Glee. Glee is what got me into Mamma Mia. Let's go with that. And which coincidentally was my favorite cultural weapon of her imperatus condensation back on Earth centuries ago. Mamma Mia in particular was repurposed as a sugar-coated propagandist piece calling for worldwide submission of the Batter Witch's dictatorship. What? I don't remember that happening. Did we use Mamma Mia? Did we use Mamma Mia to fight Betty Crocker? It sounds like it didn't happen, but it's a very Homestuck sentence. I only have 33% on my battery. God damn it. My, how can I resist ya? As the saying goes. Various arcane and legendary dances are exhumed from the tomb of antiquity and performed with anachronistically reckless abandon on every horizontal surface available. The Charleston, the mashed potato, and all numbers of river dance in alphabetical order. Then I'm instructed to just sit smack dab in the middle of the carpet and begin slapping myself silly. Just absolutely go all in and hold nothing back. Ha ha ha, stop hitting yourself, Teresi cackles, as for 30 uninterrupted minutes I obediently clobber myself around the face until I am pinker than the heart emblazoned on my chest. You're welcome. Ha, okay, that was pretty good. See, I told you. I told you I could have fun. Yeah, you sure showed me, I guess. I'm glad I got to watch it all through the screen too, since I would never have believed you actually did it all otherwise, even though I still have no fucking clue what it is you're even doing here. Can you just hurry it up already so we can finally get off the ship? Come to think about it, maybe I could just end this right now by typing in the right command. I'd rather you didn't. It would be rather inelegant. Why do we even have this thing anyway? I thought they were for exiles to use. Well, normally they are. And normally those are the only people who would ever use them. A terminal's function is to act as a means of communication between two disparate parts in a time loop, a passage through which time information can travel that aids in such a loop's successful completion. And within the context of the game, that's all they are used for. But beyond that, they're a convenient and effective means of subtle psychic suggestions at a distance. It doesn't seem all that subtle to me. Well, no, it's not. At least not for us right now. But that's because your presence as a guiding influence has been revealed. Earlier, when I hadn't realized you were there, it was more difficult to discern. I could have gone for quite a while not realizing that the instructions were anything other than spontaneous ideas from my own imagination, if you hadn't gotten too greedy. The fucking flowers, Teresi, the fucking flowers. What can I say? They're called succulents for a reason, and apparently that reason is that they're delicious. No, I mean, you started being too obvious. Your personality bled through an extent that was impossible to ignore, and so the spell was broken. But if someone with a lot of skill gave it a try, there would be no reason why you couldn't keep providing commands indefinitely, with the commandee none the wiser. On second thought, that sure sounds sinister as shit. In the wrong hands, maybe. But don't worry. It's just part of the plan. The evil plan? Evil is a very reductive word. I prefer to think of it as a regular ass plan. Is all the other stuff in here as regular as... Is all the other stuff in here part of the regular ass plan then? Something like that. There's a whole lot of junk. Wow, I haven't smelled some of this garbage in years. Oh wait, is that... Cool, classy. Everything in here is so dusty. That's what you get for nosing around in our secret storeroom. I'd ask you not to contaminate the ectobiological equipment with your own genetic material, but yeah, sorry, too late. Whatever. I was about to clean it anyway. I don't see what's so secret about this place anyway. I mean, there's only like 3 of us on this ship, and it's not like there's anyone even to hide things from. Or anything worth hiding for that matter. Ooh, what's this thing in the corner underneath the big sheet thing? Don't look in there. Oh, shush. I'm only taking a peek. Teresi, listen to me. I'm lifting up the cover a little ways. Teresi, please stop talking right now. Dirk, holy shit, what? Teresi stops talking immediately, her mind suddenly free of any inclination to take a look at what's behind the curtain. What curtain, in fact? She's quite certain there's never been and there will never be any objects covered by fabric located anywhere in the storeroom. Ugh, you asshole! I did ask you to stop. Okay, actually, fuck this. What am I doing here? Why am I even wasting my time watching you run around in your stupid room full of trash talking to yourself? I've got a ship to crash. She turns towards the door and walks out, past the command station, down the hallway, into the control room, where she begins the necessary preparations for taking the Thesis out of orbit and down to the planet below. Derek, get the show on the road. Oh, so yeah, I really just threw everything in the middle of the fucking room, huh? And then... there is a tapestry here. Why'd you put the pony in the outfit? Wow, y'all fucked this room up. Wow! Just like that, we're gonna put a katana through these artifacts. Looks like Rosebud is talking again, thank God. Why is it just one horn in the middle? All right, cool. Is that Santa Claus? Okay. And a Broblerone. I want a Broblerone. Oh my fucking god, more walls of text. I fucking knew it. Tidying all finished? In a matter of speaking, I've given Terezi the all clear. Or I guess it just kind of pisses her off enough to kick. I just kind of pissed her off enough to kick this whole thing once and for all. Okay, so I guess today is finally the day everything's been heading towards. You could put it like that, yeah. At least we're aiming to frame it that way. Our actions from this point on will form part of a crucial inner mechanism tucked away behind the tightly sealed metallic surface hatch of reality. One which will be our own creation, but which by all practical considerations might as well have been there. And if we're successful, the distinction won't be significant enough to matter to just about anybody. They'll be too busy getting their minds' dicks collectively blown. Would you say that we're imploring people to suck on this? Oh, absolutely. Get the hand-illuminated invitations ready on the fucking double. Hilariously fellacioed imagery notwithstanding, there's something about today that feels exciting. I can understand that. We've been waiting a long time. I was going to say portentous with the positive and negative connotations that the word usually has. You've got misgivings then. Hold on, I need to just finish this coffee. It's crazy that, I get cotton mouth from coffee in the morning if I don't eat. I constantly feel like my mouth is super dry, and I need to get, liquids in. This shit sucks. Not only is being high horrible for my eating habits, but also drinking coffee. But coffee also is a hunger suppressant, so it's really good at making me not eat, which is why I drink so much of it, because I need to lose a little bit of weight. If I'm going to look like a bad bitch, I can't be a fat bitch. That's not fat shaming. It sounds that way, but I mean that in a completely personal sense. I won't personally feel like a bad bitch until I get rid of this fucking dad gut. Okay. I wouldn't even go as far as to call it that. What I'm feeling is hard to explain to someone who's being not intrinsically linked to the very concept of fortune. The sensation probably doesn't even have a name, come to think of it. Not too many people have ever been in our position before. Just about none, I'd bet. Right, but if I had to describe it, I'd say that misgivings, hunches, doubts, and so on are supported by the foundation of unknowing. And along with the absence of knowledge comes with a consummate feeling of dread or worry, fear about the potential calamity yet to come. I feel like she's quoting her own book. On the other hand, while feelings of a positive anticipation also tend to stem from a lack of uncertainty about the future, the presumption of good fortune allows the uncertainty to become excitement. It's the glee of a child who knows not what the gift contains, but can evaluate from prior experience that it's likely to be something good. I can't empathize. Dirk, you are tragically capable of sucking all the joy and convivial sentiment out of basically every situation you find yourself in. Thanks. Anyway, this feeling we're talking about, I take it that we're not dealing it with either giddy enthusiasm or paranoid foreboding then? No. My point is that the present moment feels like neither of those two cases, but crucially, it's not because there's nothing to anticipate, far from it. Instead, it feels like the very notion of fortune is simply out of the question as a means of describing the potential outcome. As though, in this moment, luck isn't either strictly real or not real, or somewhere in between, but absent of meaning completely. Luck took one look at our itinerary from here on out and said, "You'll just have to go on without me." Luck rolled over the other side of the dictionary and said, "Not tonight, sweetheart. I've got wicked fucking headache." Exactly. Except now I'm the one with the migraine. Oh my lord. Oh my god. Why are this episode 3, Walls of Texts. These chat logs are getting ridiculous, but I feel like I'm getting a little better at reading so I can get through these quicker. Well, whatever that means, it doesn't sound good. I didn't think that the robots could even get headaches. I'd say that it's more of an ontological existential headache, but that already describes basically everything that's ever happened to us until now, and also sounds fake as shit. Is there nothing I can say that'll take the weight off of your mind? And for what it's worth, I think we've got this plan riding at a level experts might describe as pretty solid. We scanned for suburban technology, so we know for sure that this is the right planet. Wheels are already in motion and all that. This thing is on lockdown. Hermetically sealed, even. Shit's tighter than a pair of English-occupied microshorts. Wow. Just going to shit on English like that, huh? I don't know. I don't even know if he's talking about Lord English or Jake English. But either way, wow. You aren't going to believe this, but it turns out that the deranged, horny ramblings of the spurned anime obsessive have essentially no therapeutic properties whatsoever. On contrary to the common wisdom, talking about the problem doesn't seem to have eased my state of mind either. I doubt you could say anything to make me feel better. If anything, I feel worse than I already did. It's like the notion that I was trying to describe was so conceptually insubstantial, so resistant to concrete definition without meaningful frame of reference, that even thinking about it made an idea of me somehow existentially unsound. And not in the way that I used to always feel, back before John made the choice to validate our canonical existences automatically, sure. Foreboding, I can deal with. I'm a seer. Sooths are mine to say. But this is different. Well, talking about it didn't help. Maybe talking about how it felt to talk about might just enlarge the problem geometrically. Fair point. These are two of the most big-brained dumbasses talking to each other, and I hate it. Like, they have such an articulate vocabulary, but they're saying very normal things. It's like hood dudes who think they're deep, you know? Like, I hate this. It's like those guys who go on and on and on about the Illuminati. Like, this is what this sounds like to me. I've been here for like an hour reading. Despite what she thinks, little by little, Rose begins to feel her head clear of concern, semantically dubious or otherwise. Her understanding of my ascended existence doesn't include a degree of meta-narrative potency, so her doubts to my words' healing power are understandable. I don't take it personally. For someone whose sense of self is so boundless, wait a goddamn second. Okay, I just needed to make sure that we're not like, because I forgot that I changed the resolution zoom on the OBS, so I want to make sure like I'm not cropping words out. I probably already have too. Christ. But then again, taking things in stride is basically my whole deal at this stage. You might even call it my namesake. Shut up, Strider. And so, with the stony expression of an implacable calm that I endured the increasingly violent tremors now coursing through the thesis as it begins to breach the new planet's stratosphere, vibrations unruly enough to churn even the most adamant of stomachs to a nauseous froth. With a brow unfurrowed and mouth pixel perfectly horizontal, I withstand the spasmodic adjustments of course corrections, which together comprise the rambunctious intergalactic road rage of chaotic lawful alien woman with a vicarious appetite for alchemically discolored ornamental plants. God, I hate you. Stop talking like this. All manner of shit goes tumbling helplessly to the floor, walls, and ceiling, as I don't even seem to bat an eyelid. I now recognize that a lot of my, long insults that are way too complicated stem from Homestuck phase. God damn it. Because this is how I... Or maybe that's just because my shades are all the way in. What? Or maybe that's because my shades are in the way. In the face of impossible stupidity, I am as unfazed as ever, because while the external world roils and heaves and shits itself like nothing else, there's one thing I can always count on. As you know, I have many splinters. So many that I used to find it overwhelming to contemplate them all. Depressing, actually. It was a feeling I could never escape from. The feeling that my sense of self was limitless, and that I was forced to exist in a small facet of my own potential while drowning in an ocean of my greater persona, and all the terrible things I was fully capable of. I was trapped as a limited version of myself who was still burdened by the concern for what it means to be good, struggling to keep himself from drowning in an overwhelming body of potential which had no concern for human morality whatsoever. But that struggle finally ended a few years ago. My head isn't fighting to stay above water anymore. There isn't a metaphorical head to speak of. I'm only the water now. What does that mean? It's proven to be an immensely comforting way for me to exist. It reminds me of the feelings I had during long nights alone, looking over the dark ocean which surrounded me. The oceans that effectively raised me because nothing else was around to do it. During those lonely nights, I spent hours wondering what would happen, and what would even be the difference if I jumped down and never came back, if I simply disappeared. But now, I finally have. I've disappeared into the infinity of myself, and I am magnificent. We stand. I wish. Oh my lord. I don't know why I wasn't expecting this. It looks like we're crashing too, and everything. What is this fucking book? Pony Paul or some shit? Okay, cool. We're getting to the end, kids. What's that noise I'm hearing? It sounds like a little bit of a cat being caught up in a ventilation fan, a sort of inhuman screeching combined with the grinding of metal. Are we even going to make it to the ground? Oh no, the ship's just as fine as far as I can tell. That's just Terezi laughing. Oh, she's enjoying this, isn't she? So because of my utter genius at work, my fucking computer died because I forgot that even though my battery had I had 33% on my battery, when I'm using OBS, it drains the shit out of my computer. So I'm actually at 6% right now. I assumed I had maybe more time, but I was wrong. Let's just get back to finishing this Homestuck shit. Well, the last thing I said was, oh, she's enjoying this, isn't she? Which was actually perfect timing because the moment I finished that line, the computer died. Honestly, I didn't expect the recording to... I expected the recording to completely corrupt and I would have a temper tantrum. But here we are. I suppose so. What? The mood is kind of infectious, actually. I suppose it's kind of time we had a little fun around here. Glad to hear it. Rose? Yes, Dirk? How do you feel about games? That's scary. To be continued. Looks like we're jumping onto a new planet, one that seems very similar to Earth. I can't believe I fucking crashed literally seconds before clicking onto the... Cool. What valuable timing. This is going to be such a short little piece of recording. There we go. That's day 1 of Homestuck 2 Beyond Canon. Holy shit. And you can tell it's day 1 because everything here is dropped on the 25th. Very happy. Very, very happy. I actually kind of enjoyed that day 1 shit. That wasn't that bad at all. I enjoyed that. You know what I'm about to do right now? Here we go. Let's do this. Oh. Let's put myself right in the center of the screen. What's popping? How do I change the opacity again? I don't remember how I did any of this shit. Cool. What's up? I'm editing. I'm fucking around with shit. Live. Isn't that cool? Hell yeah, dude. Bam, bada boom. I am now no longer in any opacity, and you can see exactly how shitty the quality of my webcam is. Yeah, I actually kind of really like that. It is more Homestuck. That's basically it. It's more Homestuck. Yeah, sure. It's we're in a post-Homestuck world, so everyone is Homestuck is super cringe, but I like Homestuck, man. I don't know if anyone noticed, but I'm in a slightly different location than I was recording the first time. I was recording over there on the other side of this table. It's just that there's an outlet. I was gonna say enchufle because, being the person I am. Yeah, I enjoyed it. More Dirk always makes me happy since Dirk is one of my favorite characters. I can't wait to get into some more Carcat, hopefully. Oh my god. But from what I'm understanding from those walls of text is that there seems to be a new planet with Spurb. So we're probably just going to be a new generation of fucking around. I think from what I've heard on Twitter is that this is going to explain the canonicity of fan work and shit, which makes me very happy. And I'm all for it. I'm here. I'm on the Homestuck train. Hell yeah, dude. Also, I'm wearing a Fortnite shirt. If y'all want to know what kind of clothes that I wear at home in order not to dirty into my good shit, I'm going to go off and have breakfast. So, yeah. This is what I'm doing now. I guess video games aren't cool anymore. You can see my capture in the reflection of my glasses. So we're going to take those off because I don't like that. But now I can't see anything, so I can't really disprove it. I'm just going to open my eyes as best as I can and talk to the camera. Yeah, welcome to what we're doing now, and we're now a Homestuck 2 channel, I guess. There's going to be other shit, don't worry, I've got a few more things planned. Also, did a tuft of hair just decided, you know what, just, there you go. Listen, one day I'll have all my hair back and we'll be fine. This has been JP, and please don't die until my next video comes out.